a lot of our customers have been asking us how we do the detail for the eaves. So I want to go ahead and show you. I have some of the material that I need to mock up the installation. Let me show you how we do it. We prefab all our trim work at the shop. We give it a 1.5 inch plus the 1/2 inch for the drip. Depending on the roof, if it's a new construction, sometimes we give it 4 to 6 inches on the top. So we screw these down. Our typical installation calls for a fastener every 6 inches at the eave. So that's what we do. For demonstration purpose, I'm just going to just put a few screws on it. But this is how we secure it. So once they install the drip edge, then the actual panels they get installed by doing the bends that go on the eave itself. So all our panels come with a protective plastic. This film, basically, it's on the coils before we manufacture them, and it's designed to keep the metal from getting scratched as we're handling it. But once we're getting ready to install it, we go ahead and remove it. So what we do right here is we cut approximately 1 inch on the rib, the female end, to create our cover. We just turn it around and then just cut the excess. We trim it so it takes the shape of the rib. You want to get a close-up? They bend it on the roof, so we cut the outside portion of this rib to facilitate on the roof installing it by just cutting one layer of material instead of both sides of the rib. So they go ahead and line this up right here with the drip edge, and obviously making sure that the panels align. And then this is what it looks like right here, right? So once they have it like that, they're secured in place. So that the panel doesn't move. Once the panel's secured, they have to cut this in so that they can put that heat bender. So this is cut depending on what the roof needs. We cut it right here. And then we go ahead and bend it. Sometimes it's tricky to slide this in because of the striations that we put on the panel. It's not flat, so it takes a little bit of finesse to work this in to get it to bend over. So we bend it here to get the heat. Alright, so once we did the initial bend with the Eave bender, then we'll take these to finish the bend over the drip edge. And we'll get it as tight as we can. So that's the finished detail. Once it's all finished, this is what the final product looks like. You have a cover over the female end, covering that gap to make sure we don't get any critters or wind-driven rain in there. We actually adjust the panel about 3/16 of an inch down from the actual drip edge. As you already know, metal roofs, when they change temperature, they expand and contract, so we give it a little bit of wiggle room so that the panels don't get warped as the metal heats up and cools off and it moves on the roof itself.